so that anybody who is willing to watch this later on might, yes, Raj. So might do that the moment it starts. Yeah, we are live now on Facebook. Good evening and welcome one and all who is present over here. This is the first class of Sanjana. Sanjana, you there? Priyanka is also there. Is she there, Priyanka? Okay. Right. Priyanka is joined. Right. Yeah. So this is your first one. Communication students, don't worry, especially who have joined new like you. Shaunchari has joined from Jalpaiguri. Parthiv, you're in Kolkata right now? Right. So we will have Ishani also joining in from Bengaluru. Right, hopefully. And this is not really a very tough situation for the students who have joined right now, so don't need to worry. I'll be going very fast with the presentations that are going to come in terms of grammar. Don't worry, I shall repeat that to you. Okay, students of classes 9, 10 and 11. I think we have 9 and 10 only over here. This is something that we are going to revise. I will go very fast with this, so you can be rest assured that I'm not going to wait on this. So that's very clear on this, I guess. I hope you know this modals, classes 9, 10, 11. Right. These are the modals, right? Can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, must, need, dare, used to, ought to. Modals are going to come in the examination today or tomorrow, right? And for the communication students also, this is very important to understand. This is the whole list of modals, right? Now, I will go straight to the presentation so that it is easier for you to get into this. Can is present ability. What I can do right now, right here is can. Mere vartaman kal ka kshamta. I can run 10 miles. I can play baseball with my friends. That's what I can do right now. Can is also used for an impolite request which you do in front of your friends. Can I use your pen? Something like that. An impolite request, an impolite permission. Can is a weak possibility, right? Peter can come tomorrow. It's a weak possibility. एक संभावना जिसका सच होना 50-50 है. So that is all about can. Am I clear with this? Am I clear with that can? Great. Could is, I will go very fast and this is on Facebook so that you can see this later on whenever you wish to. Could is ability in the past, something which happened in the past, an ability of the past. I could play football for 90 minutes 2 years ago. That is an ability in the past. Could is the most polite form of request. Could and would, I told you before, they are the most polite forms of request. Sabse respectfully request karna hai could and should, right? Could I come into the room, sir? Could I leave the place, sir? Could you help me with this sum, sir? To express future possibility. I could win the race. I could win the race if I try harder. So could जैसे अतीत का क्षमता भी है उसी तरीके से भविष्य का संभावना भी है, right? And could ऐसा हो सकता था in this sense, एमन होते पारतो in this sense also could is used, right? Porus could have won the fight against Alexander if he had been stronger, right? Maharana Pratap could have won the battle against Akbar if he had a greater army because he was very, very brave, right? So this is all about could. Past ka kshamta, most polite permission, future possibility, as well as in the sense of aisa ho sakta tha. It could have rained yesterday had the rain clouds gathered, right? Could is also used to, something in the past tense as well, as I told you, in the sense of aisa ho sakta tha. Shall, you know it very well, students who are there with me for all these days. Shall is something which is used with I and we. I and we के साथ shall का प्रयोग होता है. I और we এর সাথে shall এর use হয়. बाद बाकी সবার সাথে, बाद बाकी सबके साथ will का प्रयोग होता है future के लिए. Right? I shall go to the market, we shall go to the market, but they will go to the market, Peter will go to the market, etc., etc. Shall is only used with I and we. बाद बाकी सब में will का प्रयोग होता है. Right? Now, will is also used for willing. That means, I wish to, in that sense. In that case, I will is used. But you know what? This is grammatical. It doesn't sound well. So, you will always write, I shall. If you don't help him, I shall help him. That sounds classy, My objective is not to just teach you English. It is a total grooming effort. And that is why you need to speak beautifully. That, smartly. Something which is strongly said. So that is how it works. If you don't help him, I shall. सुनो दोनों का difference. If you don't go and help him, I will. कितना फीका लगता है. If you don't go and help him, I shall do it. It sounds, majestic. It sounds regal. That is how it works. Would is the past tense of would. Would is the past tense of will. Beg your pardon. She would buy me a pen in that sense, right? So this is how it is. Would is a polite request. Would you help me, sir? जैसा कि मैंने पहले कहा, as I told you before, should and would are used as the most polite requests or permission. Would you help me, sir? Would you allow me to leave the room, sir? Interview board में दरवाजे पे knock करते हुए, interview board ए दौड़ knock करे. If you say, may I come in, sir? And can I come in, sir? You are not there. That 90% of the people, 99% of the people will do. Only one person will say, could I be allowed to enter, sir? Would you be so kind to allow me entry, sir? That sounds majestic, that sounds regal, and that is where you create the first impression. एक बात बहुत ध्यान से सुनना, मौन दिए सुनबे. It takes the first 7 seconds to create an impression. The first 7 seconds are vital if you want to create an impression in front of somebody. They are absolutely vital. Should, आपको पता है, you should go there, I should go here. It's kind of an obligation. Used as an advice, you should help the poor. You should study hard, right? Expectations के लिए भी should का use होता है. They should be here any minute. Prepare the dinner, right? Strong possibility is should. जैसा कि may या can, weak possibility है. It may rain tonight. It can rain tonight. Should is a strong possibility. It should rain tonight. That's strong. It must rain tonight. Strongest, right? Must and have to, I don't need to explain. You know it very well. Must मतलब जरूर होना चाहिए. You must go there. It must rain. You have to do it. So this is a strong order, right? It's a strong possibility. That is where it is used. May, a weak possibility. It may rain. May is a polite but not the most polite permission. May I come in? May is also a wish. May you live long. May you be prosperous in life. May you achieve something great in life. These, may you live long and so on. So may is a wish for the future. Might is a weak possibility. It might rain, right? So may, might, these are weaker possibilities. Can, weaker possibilities. Should and must are stronger possibilities. This is what we come down to in modals, right? Am I understandable more or less? Am I understandable more or less? Great, 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 great. So the next thing that we are going to do, don't worry new students and the students of communication, I'm doing this in a hurry because of the students of junior classes, right? The next thing that we are going to do is syntax, isn't it so, which is going to come in your on your screens anytime now. How many people have frequently attended online classes? You must have seen that people ask this question, that is my screen visible? 9 out of 10 times I have stopped asking that because my screen will always be visible. Okay, syntax बड़ा साधारण चीज है. It's a very simple thing. Common sense er use karo, syntax bujhe jao. Right? Use your common sense while speaking English. Syntax is 8 out of 10. Syntax is that. Of the 10 of syntax, 8 or 80% is common sense. So use your common sense and you are done with syntax, right? For example, this one, right? Singular subject, singular verb, plural subject, plural verb. There is a cat, there are 4 cats, right? So this is simple as that. There is a cat, there are 4 cats, right? Elena, you are there? Lakshmi is also there, I guess. Yeah, Raj. Yeah. I will explain it once more, but don't blame my voice which is cracking. It's because of your local network area. I am running on 26 Mbps, right? In your place, right. It must be because of the Ukraine crisis, you know. Russia is attacking Ukraine and there's so much of missiles going on, so it must be that. Yeah. Okay, so this is the first one. The second one, hamesha yaad rakhna, which you cannot count, uske saath singular verb. Something which you cannot count, jeta tumi gunte parbe na, singular verb is used with that. The grass is green, her hair is grey, the milk is white, the flour is fresh. Flour, atta, right? The flour is fresh, which you cannot count. You have to use singular verb. हमारे इंडिया में अक्सर लोग बोलते हैं, my hairs are getting dirty, my hairs are getting white. First of all, it's not white, it's grey. So always it is hair, always it is, which you cannot count is uncountable noun. Singular verb is always used, right? Group of people in the society, with that you always use plural verb. The rich are, the poor are, the teachers are, the plumbers are, the engineers are, the doctors are hardworking. Always, right? Next. Now, this is something very interesting. Always remember, if 2 subjects, जैसे कि यहाँ पे इमरान and इरफान, are connected by and. Can you see this and in the middle, right? Which I am highlighting. If they are connected by and, obviously the verb will be plural. This is the verb, right? This is in plural. Now why? Because 1 plus 1, 2. तो होना ही है plural verb, right? But if and के बाद no not negative word रहता है, if there is a negative word, jodi and pore negative word take, in that case the verb agrees with the dood wala subject, dooded subject, not pass wala subject. Now it is common sense. I'll tell you people, my friend and not they. And not they to hai nahi na they. So it is about my friend. So my friend, singular verb, singular subject has singular verb. This is common matter, right? Let's get into something difficult, right? दो सब्जेक्ट्स के आगे, दोनों के आगे, या हु इज दिस? जोशी আমি না দেখতে পাচ্ছি না, আর তোর আওয়াজটাও কিরকম অদ্ভুত আসছে, ওই জন্য। চলো চলো जोशी, আমি ফেসবুকেও রেখে দিয়েছি, সামনের পার্টটা শুনে নিস বাবু। ঠিক আছে, এটা শুনতে থাক চলো, কিপ অন লিসনিং। মারিয়াম ইজ দেয়ার, আই গেস মারিয়াম ইজ দেয়ার in the hall. Yeah, Mariam is there in the meeting room. Are you there, Mariam? Must be there. Chalo. The captain and manager of the team is coming. दोनों सब्जेक्ट्स के आगे द नहीं है। कैप्टन एর आगे द আছে, मैनेजर এর आगे द नहीं, मैनेजर के आगे देखो द नहीं है। तो in that case, this captain and manager is the single person. That is why the singular verb is used. Sorry. That is why the singular verb is used. But when दोनों के आगे द होगा ना, then they are different people. The captain and the manager of the team are coming. दूसरा बात सुनो. If two subjects refer to the same idea, the verb singular होगा. Bread and butter is his favorite food. Obviously, man, bread and butter together is a single food that is called butter toast. Early to bed and early to rise. आपको लगेगा plural verb होगा make. नहीं होगा. Early to bed and early to rise is a single exercise. बंदा जल्दी सो जाता है और लेट से उठता है तो मतलब ही नहीं बनता. लेट से सोता है, जल्दी उठता है, मतलब ही नहीं बनता. So both the things are together और दोनों मिलके it becomes a single exercise. इसलिए मेक्स वर्ब यूज होता है, ना कि मेक। अब ये मेक्स वर्ब क्यों मैंने सिंगुलर कहा? यू नो इट वेरी वेल, राइट? वर्ब के साथ एस जुड़ा हो तो वो सिंगुलर हो जाता है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, थर्ड पर्सन सिंगुलर नंबर में, फॉर एग्जाम्पल ही सिंग्स, right? It is singular verb. So in that case, right? Don't worry, new students, will discuss about this later on. Falguni is there? Are you there, Falguni? I think it takes a lot of time. Yeah, great. So we'll do this grammar sessions later on. Once again, Falguni, don't worry. We'll do it with you. We'll do it with, we shall do it, sorry. We shall do it with Sanjana, Priyanka and the other people as well. Pride and Prejudice is his favorite book. Why? Because this look plural, but they are singular, man. Pride and Prejudice is a single book. Bunty and Bubbly is his favorite movie. So Bunty and Bubbly दोनों व्यक्ति है, but the name of the movie, it's the name of a movie and it's a single movie. तो चाहे name plural हो ना हो, बात तो singular की हो रही है ना. So it's a singular thing, singular verb, right? I know I'm going very fast, but I have to because of these kids. Phrase of measurement, चाहे जो भी हो जाए. 5 hours, 25 miles, 16 liters, 5 gallons, 7 kilometers, हमेशा singular verb use होगा. সব সময় singular verb use হবে. For example, 50 miles are a long distance. No, nada, ille. 50 miles is a long distance. 2 hours is a long time, etc., etc. Right? Next comes each, every, any. हमेशा singular verb. সব সময় singular verb use হবে. Everyone is welcome. No one is guilty. Anyone is allowed to come. Right? Something is happening. Every, any, some. Singular verb use होता है. These materials are there in your chat box, I guess. Isn't it so, people? Students, have you all got these materials, I guess? I guess, nahi. I am sure you have got these materials. Am I right? Hello? Yeah, great, great, great. Once you have you'll get it later on, don't worry. Okay, let's forget about this. Let's forget about this. हमेशा याद रखना, whenever you're using a verb, the verb agrees with the nearest subject. जब भी आप verb use करें दो subjects के अनुसार, the verb will be according to the nearest subjects. but the only exception is this. Just a second. Yes, with, together with, and as well as. When two subjects are joined by with, together with, and as well as, सबसे दूर वाला subject के अनुसार verb होगा. See over here, the captain with the team is there. Why? Because the verb agrees with the farthest subject, which is the what? The captain. You're getting this? Students, this has been done many times. I hope you're getting this. Are you not? Right, great. Right. So this is the only case, students, in which the verb agrees with the dur wala subject. When two subjects are joined by with, together with, and as well as. Right? See the previous one. 1.5 के साथ you will always use plural nouns and singular verbs. Right? 1.5 potatoes is required to make the biryani special. 1.5 lemons. देखो lemons plural verb है, लेकिन ले रहा है singular subject is. Isn't it so? But that is the rule. 1.5 के साथ plural nouns, singular verb. Plural nouns, singular verb. 1.5 teaspoons of sugar is added. This is more or less about syntax. This is more or less about syntax. तो हम लोगों ने क्या सीखा बेस? Yeah, please, Raj. हाँ. Oh, why? Have you watched movies of Amitabh Bachchan, Raj? In one of the movies, he says English is a funny language, right? And he also goes on to say that I eat English, I sit English, I stand English, something like that. So there are many rules of English and in every grammar, right, which cannot be explained by normal methods. 1.5 lemons is basically क्या है पता है? Basically, Raj, you have to just remember that if two subjects are joined by anything, the verb agrees with the nearest subject except with, together with, and as well as. Eita mone rakbi. If two subjects are joined by with, together with, and as well as, the verb agrees with the dur wala subject. Eta ekta mone rakli. Each, every, any, some, singular subject. Right? Each, every, any, some, singular subject. The next one, which is very much important, excuse me, is that in syntax, you need to remember the use of the. The captain and manager is coming, but the captain and the manager are coming. When you use the with both the subjects, they are different people. One more thing you need to remember as syntax. In syntax, you know what is that? It is something, you can switch off the microphone. You know what is that? When you think of something as singular, the verb will be singular. For example, the committee is united. तो कमिटी में तो बहुत सारे लोग हैं, तो सिंगुलर वर्ब क्यों? बिकॉज एवरीबडी हैज द सेम ओपिनियन. सारे लोगों का मत सेम है, इसलिए द कमिटी इज यूनाइटेड. बट द कमिटी आर डिवाइडेड. व्हाई? बिकॉज प्रत्येकेर ओपिनियन आलादा, सारे लोगों का मत अलग अलग है. द कमिटी इज यूनाइटेड बट द कमिटी आर डिवाइडेड. This is all about common sense. I believe students of class 9, 10, 9, not 9 really, 10 and 11, I don't think I've invited 11, 10 are quite adept with this because you have gone through this many times, including students of communication who are there with me for quite some time, right? Please remember that this is something that you need to remember straight away carefully, right? Let me go back to the board. Right. Okay. So this is what it was all about. Students of, classes 10 and 9 and, both the classes of 10 and 9. If you want, you may leave us right now, because this will be a purely communication presentation. If you want to stay, you're most welcome. I have no issues with that. Right? Yeah. 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 Yeah, Angel. An analytical paragraph, is something in which you analyze the contents that are given and write accordingly. It might be some information, it might be a bar graph, it might be a pie chart, it may be some statistical information that has been given, etc., etc. These are the things that are there, Angel. And a letter of inquiry is what you are writing to somebody to get some information, right? Am I clear? Great. So students of class 9 and 10, if you are willing to stay, you are most welcome. But if you are not willing to stay, I cannot blame you. Students of communication, this is, yeah, please, Angel. Not always, not always. You may be provided with some idea as well. It's not only about facts all the time. It might be about ideas as well. For example, bringing up a child, right? For example, corruption in the country. These are the things that come into play, right? Basically, you know what, Angel? You're there, Angel. Basically, it is the same. They are. Do you know about that idiom, old wine in new bottle? So it's the same thing. They have just changed the name. You just have to see it, analyze it, write it. In the past also you did the same thing, but now they have just changed the meaning and they are doing that, right, Angel? In the past also it was a paragraph. You were given information, you saw that and you wrote it. In the present also it's the same, right? Absolutely. No, it's not that. It's the same, right? Right. Before I proceed through, I need to just have a talk with my communication students. Okay. So this is here you are. Sapna is there. Shanchar is there. Okay. Ishani, you're there, right? After many days. Okay, great. And hopefully I'll be able to continue this time. I keep on promising, but I am not able to keep the promises because of the not terrible work pressure, I should say, but terrible bout of laziness which I have, right? But otherwise, I am willing to do this. It's not that I'm not willing to do this, but it's also that I am lazy. Listening skills. Okay, students of class 9, if you want, you can move and study your things which are going to come, because 9 and 10, because your exams are knocking at the door. So you can do that. Okay. You know what? Our schools and our colleges teach us reading skills and writing skills. And these goddamn things are almost not needed. Very less of that is needed, I should put it that way, in your life. तो चाहिए क्या होता है? Your speaking skills and your listening skills. And no college, almost no college and no university and no school teach that. Now they are starting off with that, but that also in a very, what should I say, mechanical manner. Communication, I have always insisted, is love. Communication is joy. Even when you're talking to your local momo wala, it should be fun. And every time the importance will lie on the person you are talking to, not you. Yeah, good evening. Who is this? I cannot see the screen. और सेजल वी आर डन विद योर सिलेबस. तुम मेरे फेसबुक पेज में देख लेना. राइट, 2 ग्रामर सेक्शन कंप्लीट हो गया है. अभी आप चाहो तो रुक सकते हो, लेकिन एग्जाम सामने है तो यू कैन स्टडी. राइट सेजल, तुम मेरा फेसबुक वॉल पे देख लेना, मैंने भेज दिया है. राइट राइट. Now, when I present this in the workshops to in various places, I tell them that it is very important to understand what is listening. Right? Listening is not hearing. वो तो ऊपर में पंछी का आवाज दो सुबह को वो भी हम सुनते हैं, सकाल वाला पाखिर आवाज, कुजॉन, isn't it? So that's the word. So we also hear, the clanging of utensils, bartan gir gaya. It's not listening, it's hearing. Listening is giving importance to what is being said, how it is being said, the tone, the body language, and the words together becomes listening. Right? It is very important in communication. हमारे देश में जनरली कम्युनिकेशन को लेकर एक बहुत नेग्लिजेंसी है. The people neglect it. They don't understand that every second that they give to communication is probably a great, the birth of a great successful event in the future. That is where it starts. You give your time to communication, it will give you back in 100 different ways. Why listening skills are important? It improves relationships. I'll give you an example. If you are not listening to somebody with a lot of interest, आपको वो शब्द समझ में नहीं आएगा पहली बात, और शब्द के पीछे जो इमोशंस है वो समझ में नहीं आएगा. কথাগুলো বুঝতে আর কথার পিছনে ইমোশনগুলো বুঝতে you need listening powers. Only then will you be able to read the person in a professional environment or in a personal environment. It improves your knowledge, your understanding, prevents problems from going up, saves time and energy, can save money. I should say it will save money, and leads to better results. Hearing is to understand sound by the ear. It's not listening. Listening is to concentrate on hearing something, heed to pay attention to. So these are absolutely different things. I think part of it was presented before to my communication students. This is the reiteration class. Please understand the difference between these two. To understand sound via the ear, and this is to concentrate on hearing something, paying attention to, and thinking. Whenever you are interrupting, टोक रहे हैं, अटकाचो somebody from you're stopping someone from speaking. You're trying to be helpful. You are trying to, get into a competition. You have used words which are dangerous. और जब आप उसकी खामी ढूंढ रहे हैं, যখন তুমি ওর ভুল ধরতে চেষ্টা করছো, they are disastrous towards listening. When we don't listen when we are trying to judge somebody. We don't listen when we are trying to judge somebody. We don't listen when we are searching for mistakes in somebody. And we don't listen when we are planning to say कि उसके बाद मैं क्या बोलूंगा और परे आमी की बोलूंगा. These are the 3 cases when you don't listen. Listen with an open heart. Listen with respect to the speaker. Listen with respect for the information that she is giving you. This is important. Why? Because communication is love. Communication is a joy. Communication is a celebration. Yesterday in my class 9, I think, I was asking the students, what happens if you are the only person in the world? Some people said that, wow, wonderful, it's going to be great. I said, for how many days? For how many months? For how many months? After that, it's going to be a disaster, because you will not be able to communicate with anybody. Atma Samiksha, Atma Paryalochana, Atma Vichar, talking to oneself, okay, very important. But when there are people around you, जब कोई नहीं हो ना, कितना दिन करेंगे आत्म विचार? After that it will become सरा हुआ आचार. So that is how it is. Don't interrupt. टोको मत. Let the speaker finish. शेष करते दाओ. Concentrate on what is being said and how it is being said. Because my students of communication who have been working with me know that words are only 7% of the whole communication process. Baad baki 93% is body language and tone. The tone and the body language 93%, and only 7% the words that you speak. Make notes. Mental notes bhi kar sakte ho. Show the speaker that you are listening. After the speaker has finished, question the speaker. That impresses the speaker. I mean, that creates an impression. Summarize, paraphrasing bolte isko. Unhone khatam kiya, and then you say, oh, so you are saying that, point number 1 is this, you are saying that the whole system will break up because, point number 2, if the people don't get into the system. This is what you are trying to say, isn't it? You know, that shows that you are interested. Pehli baat to hai, don't stop that person. Second thing, listen to the words. Third thing, don't, judge the person. Fourth thing, don't try to plan what you will say after him. And finally, once he is over, question and paraphrase it. That is joyful. Practice karke dekhna, people. Practice kore dekho. Try it on somebody. It creates wonders. It is a wonderful thing. Anybody, you can try it on the samne wale kirane ka dukan also. Shamner mudi dukane lokta shathe try karo. Do it with the grocery shop wala in your locality. It creates wonders. Okay, now we come into this part. We have already discussed this part. Are there any questions about this part? Are there any questions about this part? You there, Raj? You there? Okay, was this visible? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much. So it was like doing well. So they were doing well. I hope the rest of the people also understood this. Can we have the communication people? Yeah, great. आपको पता है, this is what you are going to get, the students of communication, the next day, and the other students when you come back for the classes after the exams. This is called descriptive writing. I will not present this to you today. I have a small discussion with you to make. Here you are. Okay. Forgive that last part, because that is something that I do all the time when I am not doing anything. Right. Okay. So, students, what is writing? Writing is something that is called writing for yourself or writing for the people. Writing is something which is called painting as well. When you are writing, you are either writing very boring stuff or you are writing something interesting. Now, how can you write interesting? I'll give you an example, right? Listen to this very carefully. The birds were chirping and he was going to the forest, and then he lost his way and found himself in a very difficult situation. Did you draw that picture in your mind? I believe no. Right. I'll give you a second writing. सुनना ध्यान से, ठीक है? May मतलब May का महीना, May मास. In Aynaman is a small place in somewhere in Kerala, is a hot brooding month. Hot, you know, brooding means जो आपको सोचने पे मजबूर कर दे. You're lost in your world of thoughts. Then the writer goes on to explain the smell of the soil, the rains, and the moss that gathers. Moss, you know, like shaola, kai, gathers on the sides of the small huts. You could almost smell it. So there is a difference. ये जो पहला line है ना, this is a blockbuster line. May in Aynaman is a hot brooding month. In Hindi, if we translate it, it is something like this, that Aynaman में May का महीना इतना गर्म होता है कि वो आपको अपने ख्यालों के दुनिया में ले जाता है. May মাসের Aynaman এতটাই গরম হয় যে এই সময়টা তোমাকে তোমার স্বপ্নের জগতে না হোক ভাবনার জগতে নিয়ে যায়. So this is what is writing. It is all about painting. Write in such a way that the people can smell it. That is writing. And how can you do that? You can do that by using beautiful words. Right? They were running to catch the train. Okay. They were sprinting madly to get onto the woozing train. क्या बढ़िया लग रहा है सुनने में. Woozing थोड़ा ज्यादा हो गया. Speeding train. Right? They were sprinting madly to get onto the speeding train. The second one is so beautiful that you could almost see those people running, पसीना गिर रहा है, and they are running to catch the train. जब आप sprinting यूज कर रहे हैं ना, तब आपको वो feeling भी आ रहा है कि they are running so fast and they must be so anxious to catch the train. So ये जो छोटा words होता है ना, इसका difference बन जाता है पढ़ने वाले के सोच में, देखने वाले के सोच में, सुनने वाले के सोच में. And your idea in communication is when you are speaking, when you are writing, even when you are looking to paint a picture in the minds of the people who are your audience. सही है कि गलत है? Is this right? Is this right? Am I right? Let's bring in Parthiv Sengupta over here. Parthiv, are you getting this? Which was that storybook? Can anybody tell me? May in Aynaman is a hot brooding month. The debut novel of the writer which got the Booker Prize. Bolo. A woman who has always fought the establishment, didn't care about the world, lives her own life in her own way, doesn't care about money, doesn't care about fame. She wrote one fiction. After that, boom, nothing. The one and only Arundhati. Now, Sudha Murthy wrote many works of fiction. Sudha Murthy is not that deep. She admits that. मैं उतना गहरा नहीं लिखता हूँ. She writes about common people, common things. This is none other than Arundhati Roy. Right. Forget about your political affiliation. You must admire her writing. I hope I have been of help to the people. It's all there on my Facebook wall, so you can check it out. Remember one thing, syntax is common sense. And remember one thing, can is presentability, impolite permission, weak possibility. I can eat 15 golgappas. Present possibility. It can rain tonight. Weak possibility. Can I help you? Which you say to your friends. Can you give me your pen? Impolite. Could is past of can. I could run a mile when I was younger. Could is also the most polite form of permission. Could you help me, sir? Could is also a possibility in the past. ऐसा हो सकता था. I could have won the match if I had scored the goal. Could is also something in the future. ऐसा हो सकता है. I could win the match. Something like that. No. I could. It could rain tonight if the clouds gather fast. So this is could. Shall is used with I and we. I shall, we shall. बात बाकी सब में will. You will, she will, Peter will, Ram will, but I shall and we shall. Shall and will are used for the future. I shall go to Mumbai tonight, and they will play football tomorrow in that sense. Would again is the most polite form of permission, like could. Would you allow me to get in, sir? Right? May is a wish. May you live long. May is also something which is a weak possibility. It may rain tonight. Must. You don't need an explanation. You know what is must. You must do this. Or an advice. You must help the poor. Right. What did I say? Poor. So it's not poor. So that is the jhankar in English. That is the rhythm in English. That is the sur of English, which I want you to adopt. It is not I should help the poor. It's I should help. It's what? Help the poor. Poor. Help the poor. That's how it works in English. Otherwise, speak whichever way you can. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? But when you speak like this, it's beautiful, wonderful, because communication is a celebration, nothing else. When it comes to syntax, remember one thing, it's all about common sense. It's all about singular and plural wala sense. It's all about verb will agree with the nearest subject except with, together with, and as well as. For example, Lakshmi with her friends not have arrived but has arrived. क्योंकि Lakshmi with her friends, और ये जो verb है, it will agree with Lakshmi, not her friends. So this is all about that. I am there, you are there. We are going to do this numerous times in the future, and we are going to do it well, inshallah. Thank you very much for joining, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If you want any confirmation, you can get it on my wall, and we are meeting soon. For the communication students, we are meeting day after tomorrow. Joshi, right? We are meeting day after tomorrow, and for the rest of the people, we shall schedule the meeting. We shall schedule the meeting. And the online students, we are going to meet you Sunday probably. Right? Thank you very much. God bless you. Have a wonderful. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure always. God bless. God bless. God bless. Pleasure always, Priyanka. Yeah. Before you leave, Priyanka and Sanjana, did you get something from this? Great. So what was it helpful? Great. We are going to work on this. Thank you very much. Write me a feedback, both of you. Write me a feedback, Priyanka and Sanjana, at the end of the class by tonight. I mean, by the end of the day today. I want a written feedback on my personal number from both of you, which I do with all the students. Thank you very much, people. God bless you. Good night. Bye, Kushi. বাবা তুই এটা বুঝেছিস? Okay, people on Facebook, thank you very much. And that Baba tu eta bujechish was for Riju. Thank you.